Welcome race fans here to the Hardee's National Series. We're here at Canadian Tire with Anthony Marchese and Bradley Bishop Jr. leading the front row as the pace car is off and everybody set sail here. Green flag is out in the air and a great launch by Anthony Marchese. He's going to try and run off from the rest of the field. Through turn one, they're gonna go, and it looks to be Anthony Marchese leading the way. Bradley Bishop Jr. sits second, while Eric DeMax and Corey Williams are duking it out for third, with DeMax lurching his way forward. He's gonna hold on to third. Srigley in the back, looking underneath Hannah Allen, while Bishop Jr. getting challenged for the runner-up spot. But a great run off the corner that time around, and has now caught the slipstream of Marchese towards the downhill sector. They're gonna go, and he's gonna look all the way to the left and through Moss. They're gonna go for the first time. Marchese on the bottom, Bishop Jr. up top, and they're still neck and neck. Nobody willing to give an inch early on, and they're still gonna be side by side. A drag race down the Mario Andretti straightaway, and it's still even at the moment. Marchese has the nose ahead, but Bishop Jr. now trying to side draft that 9 machine to get his Dodge up towards the front. DeMax though, big gap behind them for third, but the battle for the lead is on. Bishop Jr. has the corner, but Marchese has the advantage, and the 9 car is gonna power his way, defending from BBJ, but Bishop Jr. fighting back. Look at the power the Dodge has as they're side by side to end lap number 1 of the event. Marchese holding onto the lead in the 1. They're gonna go once again, and Marchese sends it in there and holds off BBJ, while DeMatt sits in third. There you see Joseph Srigley now up to 4th. Great start for the Canadian, as Corey Williams dropping a little bit backwards this time around, as Hannah Allen's gonna slot in behind, and Scott Rauch also on the charge. Zach Rogers on the challenge on Noah Hart in the 12 machine there. Hart really Fisher Motorsports picking up the pace this weekend with great qualifying runs for both the 12 and the 22, and now back to the outside. Hart's gonna go, Rauch holds the bottom. Meanwhile, Hannah Allen's gonna go for the spot underneath Corey Williams, and maybe more if he can get around Joseph Srigley this time around. DeMax a little bit rocky off that time around, but Hannah Allen now wanting to make it 3 wide for a moment, and Srigley had to back off, saw that the zeros quarter panel was right there. But an aggressive battle towards the front half, as now Srigley again poking his nose on DeMax. Knows his car is a bit faster in this launch here, but everybody is just hounding each other left and right, especially near the front part of the field. Jeffrey White trying to get around. Ian Dudda's going to navigate his way around the 71, and now on the charge to Benyako. Contact made, and White's into the tire barrier, and whack out of the race goes Jeffrey White, and the points leaders gap is going to disintegrate just like that. A Thanos snap for the 11 team. They're out of it early on lap 3 out of 36, and for the other rivals, this is fundamental and crucial for them to pounce. You see, White had a full head of steam and just ran out of space, slid up into Benyako, and the best way you could really describe that, it was self-inflicted, and into the tire barrier he went. Too optimistic of a move, couldn't really say that right. And just like that, out of the race he goes, and for Benyako, lucky break for him, he was not swept up into the tire barriers with him, but for Jeffrey White, he's gonna finish basically plumb last in this one. Good run off the corner this time around for BBJ, and now again moving to the left side. Marchese gives him the space, and once again they're side by side through Moss, just like lap 1, and Bradley Bishop Jr. holds his ground up top, puts their foot on the gas, and the 45 still trying to power his move on the outside line. What a powerful Dodge is that 45 machine. Marchese though putting the fight back, putting a grand amount of defense to the 45's offense, and Eric DeMax and Joseph Srigley are just watching these two battle it out, and here they come through the S's. Bishop Jr. again trying to send it in the corner, but looks like Anthony Marchese again with the advantage. Bishop Jr. trying to replicate what he did on lap 1, but not able to. But a great attempt by the 45, and he's now on the back bumper of the Kellogg's machine. Third time might be the charm for BBJ. Now back to the outside of Anthony Marchese. DeMax has closed in the gap, so welcome Eric DeMax to the fight. But these two still duking it out. And again, it really just comes to show the power that Mopar machine has. And Bradley Bishop Jr. perhaps flexing on that dodge power. Now strictly to the inside of Eric DeMax. Looks like DeMax stumbled there for the third spot. Roush, meanwhile, going for the 5th position on Scott Roush, or Hannah Allen, excuse me. And Corey Williams just leering into the picture, but meanwhile, though, the leader's still going at it. Bishop Jr., man, these two just can't really fall apart from each other. They're sparring partners early on here, and it's only lap 4 of the race right now, but Anthony Marchese putting a strong fight in response back to BBJ's attacks, saying that I am the one to beat right now, and BBJ, makes a mistake there. That's going to cost him, and that's going to allow Marchese some breathing space. Roush and Williams just outbreak themselves that time around, and here comes Noah Hart into the picture. And look at Alex Benyako just leering in as well. He's wanting to pounce on the situation. As the 12 now to the inside, where will Benyako go? Will he follow Hart? Yes, he will. He's going to try and help that 12 car around. He's looking to get 2 birds with 1 stone, and perhaps 3 if he gets aggressive. But Noah Hart sends it, sails it into the corner, and 2 spots for Noah Hart. And that's gonna catapult him to the 6th position, while Alex Benyako's also trying to do the exact same thing. Zach Rogers wanted to make it 3 wide for a brief moment, gave Corey a nice little shove, saying that he is right here to join in on the action. But Scott Roush now getting shuffled backwards here as Corey Williams and others are trying to move themselves forward. But Roush now putting the fight back to the 14 through turn 2 and 2A. The Welsh's machine still putting some great strength in the CM Racing organization. And now Zach Rogers coming in hot in that X-Side machine. John Hart also cheering in there, trying to really gallop his way into the top 10 in that Zaxby's machine. But Corey Williams on the inside, Roush on the outside. And that 14 new paint scheme this time around. Mobile One joining that team for a while now getting around Scott Roush as Roush does hit the grass there. That's going to give Corey a little bit of space there, a little sigh of relief as he's going to power his way around that 3 and looking near the mid-pack range here. Great tussle up with Chris Dodd, or not Chris Dodd, but Tim Fiegel. Kyle Collins making his first start for the AFRT team and the Hardee's National Series, with William Bruck being the potential bystander out of this one, or the sitting duck as the proper way of saying it there, as Brock's now going to lose a spot to 2 AFRT cars potentially. And just like that, Brock's going to drop backwards here. Look at Brandon Gresta, not too far behind. He's also in the hard charge, as well as Carter Friesen in car number 92. Great effort for the Tame the Beast machine. A top 25 run is pretty much spectacular if things go in the right direction. Oh, and Kev Shear's car has blown up and out of the race. That 62 was gonna go. He was running 34th coming in. And well, that's not going to be the ideal point state that Red Stallion needs whatsoever, and their last hope for now is Shane Eves. Here comes Joseph Sprigley down on the inside of Eric DeMax, and he's going to take 3rd away. Hannah Allen simultaneously taking a spot away from Noah Hart. That is for 5th. And Joseph Sprigley coming to life here as they get around the blown up Kev Shear there in the 62. Shear getting out of harm's way. So it looks like no harm, no foul, but look at the TPR teammates of Rogers and Dutta. Dutta now on the inside and looking into the top 10 here. He's looking to crack his way forward. He and Dutta having a rough patch of races, and certainly a top 10 run for him would be phenomenal, with White's really aggressiveness getting the best of him. And the 71 now to the inside. This is for 11th. And Dutta looks like he might get the spot. Edward Ziemba, though, also just kind of chilling right behind him. He's going to try and pounce on the situation and get around Zach Rogers. Cody Lamas also following him behind in that 14th position. So the mid-pack has been a little bit more chill compared to the front runners near that top 10 area. But for the time being, though, TPR looking pretty good. So far, so good. Their car's clean. But up front though, the Toyotas are looking strong. Anthony Marchese though showing the way. BBJ second, Strickly in third with DeMax fourth, and Hannah Allen your top 5. BBJ though, late on the brakes that time around. He's actually gonna stumble just like that. Here comes Strickly though on the attack. He's gonna get some good slipstream, good momentum off the corner. Allen passes DeMax easily, and here comes Strickly down the inside. Could this be P2 for car number 22? Not able to that time around. He might actually have to wait again. And you see Strickly just peeking just the slightest that time around. And here he goes down on the inside. BBJ gives him space. And Joseph Strickly now to the inside has the advantage. The lines intertwine. But off that final corner it's gonna go. Strickly might have the advantage. Still neck and neck, even across the line. And Joseph Strickly actually took that second spot for now, and he might be able to clear him if BBJ's not able to fight back, but he's going to. So Bradley Bishop Jr. putting the fight back to this youngster, and Joseph Strickly having a whale of a run here in car number 22. Hart still trying to battle Alex Vignacco in the back. Let's not have that battle ignored quite easily as well, but Anthony Marchese loving what he's seeing. He wants these guys to battle it out because look how many cars have bottled up because of the 22 and the 45 going at it like cats and dogs. And Bishop Jr.'s gonna fend off Strickly. That is a power move for that 45, but Strickly though on the bumper. Let's see, and Strickly did mess up a little bit there, and that's gonna allow DeMax to come in clutch and follow behind there, but the Toyotas are surrounding that lone Dodge in the top 5. And with Toyotas running first, third, fourth, and right now looks like 7th too. So Toyota's having a pretty good day. They've upped their game here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and they're looking for some sweet redemption. Bishop Jr. is coming in for pit stops here, so looks to be maybe a 2-stop race to decide it all. Lap 12, you add that up, you get to 24 potentially, but looks like some drivers are going to stretch it out, so maybe we can get 12 to 14 laps of fuel. That might be the fuel window in this race. Joseph Strickly though holding up a hard charging here to Max. Alex Vignacco's been on the move as well, and he's looking for more, going on the inside of Eric DeMax, and he's going to catapult his way up to third. Joseph Strickly though, still great run for him. Hannah Allen teammate going to try and follow the 8 machine, and there is Noah Hart in that 12 machine. So again, Fisher Motorsports having a phenomenal day. CM also looking really good, all 4 of their cars inside the top 10, and maybe looking for more. CM just having an iron fist in the series so far. Their dominance has been evident for a reason. Who else is going to come in? Anthony Marchese comes in this time around. Strickly's going to stay out, and Alex Vignacco's going to do the same. Noah Hart does as well. And let's see who will survive, who will prosper in pit stops here this time around. Marchese coming into his stall. They took notes from the Napa truck days that the overcut might be the way to go, and they're going to pit a lap later than Bradley Bishop Jr. So looks like I think everybody's going to go for the traditional 4 tires and fuel to top off. Everybody knows they've got a good amount of set of tires, and there they go. So pay attention. Actually, let's look back at it and let's see where BBJ's going to be. Anthony Marchese coming out of his stall. There he is. And Eric DeMax and Hannah Allen gonna follow. There's BBJ right there. The Mopar machine flying his way through turn 1. And will he pass Hannah Allen and Eric DeMax? Looks like it might be the case. He's up to speed, got the warm tires compared to the cold ones, and he's gonna catapult his way past the 20 to 0, but not able to really capitalize on the undercut on Anthony Marchese. But now let's look at the front runners of the norm at the moment. Ross Jackson just getting around. Lane Sanders there, and there you see Brandon Cresta trying to pull away from the trio, or from the duo of Hydra cars of the 54 and the 94. And there you see Tim Fiegel on the inside of Cole Baker for position. And this is going to be huge in pit stops. There's Strickly coming in. Alex Vignacco and Noah Hart as well. And this is money stop time potentially in terms of the first stint. So Strickly coming in, everybody following the same strategy. Jack Porkins coming into his stall, so something broke with his car. He might have dilapidated that 41 machine. We'll have to look at that in a bit. And there is Joseph Strickly. He's going to be the man to look out for, so pay attention to Marchese on your screen. There's Corey Williams right in front of him. Ian does a lot of the leaders coming in, so this will complete the first cycle. And here comes Strickly coming out. Oh, and he's stuck. Oh, he's stuck. He can't get out. And just like that, Strigley's hopes and dreams of a potential win have gone down the drain. Corey Williams stuck behind. He's stuck in his stall, so I don't know what happened necessarily to bring that out, but just like that, Strigley is knocked out of contention. Meanwhile, though, Bradley Bishop Jr. has taken the lead away from Anthony Marchese. Benyako sits in third with Hart following in fourth, and Eric DeMax your top 5. But you saw with Jack Morkins and others, we're gonna have to see what happened to that 41. So this is very much a replica of the Jeffrey White incident, so the same team and the same mistake, and just bounced off of Cole Baker, huge head of steam, and then into the grass he goes. You just have little traction, and just like that, poof, out of the race goes the peak antifreeze machine, and Jack Horkins, well, people have known him to be a wrecking ball, and that might be the case here today because he is out of the race, and just like that, 2 KR cars are knocked out of the running. So here's what happened with Joseph Strigley. I think the angle that Corey was in just didn't really help the trajectory. The 22 gone, and you saw some debris flying, but they just couldn't get the car kick-started from there, and it took a while for Strigley to get going, and that's also a little bit of a rookie mistake. You get too ambitious on the gas too, and that holds up Brandon Krasta. Look at the traffic jam right behind him. Just like that, Krasta's going to get a free spot out of this. Past Corey Williams, there's Carter Friesen. He's gonna get a lot of spots as well because of the pit stops and the shenanigans that happened down there. But now we gotta focus on how Bradley Bishop Jr. took that lead. So Marchese had stumbled out of that corner, and Bradley Bishop Jr. just had the sufficient slipstream and just slingshotted his way next to the 9 machine. And these two, again, sparring partners this whole race. And just a quick pass to the inside, those warm tires kicking in, and that's how Bradley Bishop Jr. ended up as the net leaders. You saw what happened with Joseph Strigley and Corey Williams, the tangling of those two, but some tempers are surely to flow here, just in the brink of time. Eric DeMax now on the move, now on the inside of Noah Hart. Hart knows he's there, and the 2 Toyotas are side by side. For that 4th position, Benyako sitting in 3rd, good distance away, but now it's the 2 Toyotas going at it. Into the S's, they're gonna go, contact made, and Hart's gonna go way into the gravel, into the wall he goes, and right in front of traffic, and just like that, 2 CM cars off and into the tire barrier, and out of the race goes 2 more Chevrolets, and 2 of them a double whammy for CM Racing due to the incidents and the contact made with Eric DeMax and Noah Hart. Hart's got some left side damage, heavy damage to the Dairy Queen machine, but the matter at hand is when will they pit? Or will they pit to repair that damage, because that looks to be a lot on that Dairy Queen machine. And you see Eric DeMax, he just sends it in the corner, just clips the quarter panel at just such a weird angle, and that upsets the Dairy Queen machine. And then watch Hart just barely clip the gravel, just into the sand he's gonna go, and again, a little traction there we've seen with these past incidents. Hart slams the wall, and then watch Hannah Allen and Scott Roush. I think Allen tries to check up, and Scott Roush just runs into the side of her, and just both of them go careening into the tire barrier. And tragedy for CM Racing. It looked to be a paradise of a run for all 4 of their cars, but 2 of them are going to be behind the wall just like that. And Eric DeMax, well, he had a wreck in the Napa Truck Series, and now an incident here in the Hardee's National Series might not be a popular move amongst the Toyota fans, and for the Fisher Motorsports team especially. Nice little battle here from 19th through 21st, and PJ Williams is stuck in a Hydra sandwich, to say the least. Gross on the outside, Brock on the outside, Williams you see there trying to fend off Nicholas Carrera, and PJ Williams trying to get the line into turn 1. William Brock's gonna fight back. And to the outside, that 94 is going to go, and again, here they come towards turn 2. We've seen so many great side-by-side action near this sector because they're just so clean and respectful with each other. Brock's going to go a little bit wide, and the 42 hits the grass just a tad there. And here comes PJ down the bottom, but look who's also joining the fray. Lane Sanders in the 60 with Ross Jackson behind, and Tim Foster clawing his way forward with Diego Yepes. How about Diego Yepes here? Started near the rear end of the field, now 25th and looking for more if attrition kicks in, and perhaps more passing from the 09 team comes to show the expertise he has in that 09 machine. But PJ down past Jarrett Gross. Lane Sanders on the attack this time around, right behind the 54 machine, but not able to get the horsepower off the corner. Cole Baker, though, now on the inside of Nicholas Carrera, and this looks to be for the 17th spot as Cole Baker weaves his way around. The Hydra cars trying to claw their way forward. Cole Baker having to pass drivers left and right in both Napas and Hardees right now, and so far a mid-pack run is pretty good for team number 7. Baker now on the inside of Corey Williams. He has caught that 14 at an alarming pace, and now to the inside he's gonna go. Corey slips up just a tad through the S's, but he's still gonna try and fight back side by side, and nobody's willing to give. Nicholas Carrera just watching and observing the action. Carter Friesen's up to P15. How about that for car number 92? Great run for him. But Cole Baker still clawing his way through turn 1, trying to power his way past Corey Williams with an aggressive entry in the corner. But Corey has the nose right underneath the 7, still side by side, and Cole giving him plenty of room. What a great showing for the youngster, fighting off one of the big veterans in the Hardee's National Series, and another rookie trying to follow in and spoil the party is Nicholas Carrera. But Cole Baker on a mission, but looks like Corey has the horsepower, the straight line speed he wants, and through the downhill sector, Corey's gonna fend him off, and Cole gonna try and, almost went for a late send for a brief moment, but just couldn't get there as he's gonna actually slip up the corner, and Nicholas Carrera is gonna pounce on that mistake. Lane Sanders back there also trying to get around the 54 of Jarrett Gross. He's trying to claw his way inside the top 20, and a great run for the Conway machine, right where that team is expected to run. And really, Lane Sanders winning a great impression, showing that he's way better than Chase Marks so far for the limited races he's had so far this season. Had a great run in the Napa Truck Series and is looking to replicate that with potentially a top 20 finish. Oh, something broke with Kyle Collins' car, and he has brought the car all the way down to the right side. Looks to be a mechanical failure for the Waffle House machine, and tragedy strikes for Kyle Collins once again here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. And we saw he had a great run in the Napa Truck Series and had a pretty solid effort here in the 44, but not meant to be for Kyle Collins, and a mechanical issue, a gremlin, strikes him. Good little scuffle for 23rd between Ross Jackson and Diego Yepes. Yepes on the inside has the advantage, and Jackson's gonna slide up the hill. That gives Yepes plenty of time to capitalize, and there they go. But also some teammates battling it out, Justin Johnson and Garrett Sidner, and looks like Johnson's actually gonna top off ahead of the 63. What an effort for them. And the 61 and the 63, they're running 29th and 30th, so not the ideal runs they want. Daniel Day in the 37, running 31st, Shady 32nd, and Coven Black in 33rd. James Elson having a weekend he's wanted to forget, running in 35th, with Julio Cesar 36th, so really nightmare runs for some of these teams. Peter Onjek, though, Elson's teammate, running in 25th. Vance Conwell having a day he's wanted to forget. He actually looks like he might have a little bit of right front damage to his target machine, running in 26th, so a couple of those midfielders hoping that something drastic changes. There's Kyle Collins back on the track. They got the gremlins repaired, but unfortunately the damage is already done. For the 44 team, he's holding up strictly a little bit. Brandon Cresta having a quiet run, running in 12th for this 90 team. Great effort for him. Tim Fiegel in 11th. And then you got Zach Rogers in that top 10. He has finally cracked that top 10. Great and grande effort for this XI Batteries machine. Cody Lamas has clawed his way to 9th. And there is Noah Hart coming down pit lane for the damage, and maybe for fuel strategy here. So the matter hand is, will the green flag window pick up? Collins getting out of the way of Joseph Strigley, looks like, on the inside there, and that's going to be the big variable here. So will the undercut work once again, or again will the overcut, as we've seen before, become the beneficiary? But Bradley Bishop Jr., we haven't really talked about the leaders too much in these past few laps. He's got a pretty good grasp over Anthony Marchese, Benyako, DeMax, and Arndt. Arndt having a very quiet run in 5th. Edward Ziemba has clawed his way inside the top 10, maybe looking for more if things go in the right direction, running in the 6th spot because Noah Hart pitted. Dada's 7th. Cody Lamas, a quiet run for him. He has clawed his way inside the top 10, looking for another top 10 run this weekend at Canada. And, well, things could go in the right direction for him. Let's see who comes down pit road. Bradley Bishop Jr. is going to come in this time around. Marchese follows up top. And he's actually gonna stay out for an extra lap, so he's actually gonna play some mind games here, and he's gonna be the one to do the overcut once again. So things are getting interesting here. It's basically a psychological game, and with all the empty stalls, or the basically the empty stalls, I think pit road issues won't be too big of a hassle for these drivers of BBJ. In his stall, he's going to take the classic Ford tires and gas, and I think this should be the money stop here for the 45 and the rest of the leaders once the cycle unravels. And there goes Tim Foster's engine, and he is going to be done for the day, and what was a midfield run for the 27 team is not going to be the case here today. Marchese is now in. He actually stayed out a couple of extra laps this time around, so hoping he has a bigger gap on BBJ, potentially playing it smart, getting those tires, trying to get those hot laps as fast as you can. And there is Marchese. Where is Bradley Bishop Jr.? There he is in the right side of your screen. Pay attention to him, zoom into the frame, and there is the Mopar machine, but look who's right behind them as well. Alex Banyako. Car number 8 has risen the occasion. He's coming to life side by side for the net lead, and Anthony Marchese trying to fight him off, but Bradley Bishop Jr. just with the warmer tires, faster lap times, and Marchese just trying to get up to speed, but Alex Banyako making a three-way battle for the race lead between these three drivers, three different manufacturers, Dodge, Toyota, and Chevrolet. Who will be the first one to win this? That's the matter at hand for these laps to settle down and unravel and unlayer themselves here, and Alex Banyako now looking for second. Oh, and Anthony Marchese's got an issue, loose wheel on the 9, and they had to bring it down pit road, and that is a heartbreak. And man, oh man, I feel like bad luck has just struck this 19 so many times for Anthony Marchese himself. You hate to see it for this team, and Marchese, they're checking the lug nuts on that car to see, and it actually looks like they might have been missing some, but a heartbreak for Anthony Marchese, and they are struggling in pit road for this team. Heartbreak for him. I can't emphasize that so many times, but just like that, Bradley Bishop Jr. has only got one car to hold off, and that man looks to be Alex Banyako. Anthony Marchese is 26th and now to be 25th past Gatlin Down as he rockets his way towards the outside, but push comes to shove, a frustrating day for the 9 team, and Toyota themselves. They were looking so good, but they just looked like they all self-destructed within the second stint of the race, and this is going to be a weekend they're going to have to look back on and reflect to see what they have to do in order to wrap things up cleanly. Baker and Jackson are now going at it for 21st. Not much battling all around the track. Pretty much the top 3 up just ran away with this race for the time being. Cole Baker now holding his ground the inside through Moss. Jackson almost near the sand pit this time around. He's going to go a little bit wide, but great valiant fight for the 25 as Cole Baker's going to power his way past. But Ross Jackson, though, trying to get through the quarter panel, trying to sidetrack the Rockstar Energy machine. Diego Yepes has one out. He's inside the top 20 with teammate Lane Sanders right in front of him. Lane Sanders again having a pretty solid run in 19th as Cole Baker now finally gets past Jackson, or holds him off to say the least, for that 21st spot. But as the laps wind down, time is running out. There's Kyle Collins again back on the track. The TPR cars, Turn Performance Racing cars of Dutta and Rogers, are pretty much stuck together, 7th and 8th respectively. Cody Lamas is up to 6th, could be looking for a top 5 if he can catch Ziemba in time. Eric DeMax, though, on his own little island in 4th, with John Art in 3rd, but really the top 2 are relatively close, so Alex Banyako has got to figure something out if he wants to find a way around BBJ. 2 laps to go in the race, and only a lap remaining once they cross the line, but Alex Banyako closing the gap on Bradley Bishop Jr. Ooh, a little bit of a stumble that time around, and that might be the room that BBJ needs, because John Art might be able to claw his way to second if he can catch Alex Banyako in time. But Bradley Bishop Jr. looking to run away and give AFRT a win this season for car number 45. Bradley Bishop Jr. has been one of the well-known veterans in the series, has made a name for himself in the Hardee's National Series here as he rounds the final 2 corners. The white flag will fly. One more lap to go for Bradley Bishop Jr. here at CTMP. John Hart now putting the pressure on Alex Benyako. He's going to try and make a move to the inside. Actually, almost thought he went for it, but decided to back off there. Maybe he's trying to set him up for another corner here, but Alex Benyako is now going to have to feel the pressure from John Hart. Though 2 of their CM cars are out, the other 2 are running 2nd and 3rd. Bradley Bishop Jr. though just has to make little to no mistakes if he wants to bring it home to victory lane. Benyako still under pressure from John Hart. Hart's going to try and find something. He's got to do something here if he wants to get that 2nd spot, but Hart's still on the back bumper, hoping Benyako makes a mistake. They actually break a lot later than the 45, and into the corner they're going to go. Another stumble, and John Hart stumbles and makes a mistake, and that's what Benyako needs. He needs the spacing, but the spacing between him and Bradley Bishop Jr. is big. Through the Andretti straight they go for the final time. Alex Benyako, no chance necessary there. He's gonna have to stick for 2nd, but for Bradley Bishop Jr. rounding the S's for the final time, and Bradley Bishop Jr. for Allen Family Racing Team is gonna regain some points in the championship and win here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Great victory for him. Bradley Bishop Jr. to victory lane here for AFRT. They found some success with him last year, was in the fight for the championship, and this year they're gonna try and re-emphasize that strength with a win here in Canadian Tire dominant fashion. Him and Anthony Marchese were the class of the field, and there was no doubt that this 45 team was gonna find victory lane sooner or later. CM Racing 2nd and 3rd with Benyako and Art Eric DeMax in 4th, and then you got Edward Ziemo rounding out that top 5. Cody Lamas P6, Ian Dutta 7th, Rogers 8th. Quiet runs for the TPR camp, good runs to be exact. And then you got Tim Fiegel 9th, and Noah Hart, despite the damage, finishing in 10th. But looking at, there's Joseph Strigley. We talked about him being one of the bigger factors in this race. He finished 12th. Corey Williams looked pretty decent, finished 13th. Diego Yepes, great climb to 19th. There's Ross Jackson 20th. There is Anthony Marchese. You have to feel for him, 23rd. And actually, oh man, I don't know what happened to Lane Sanders here. I think the 60 might have ran out of power or something. He's down pit road, so something happened with him, and we're going to have to look at that as well. And Sanders went wide, and he just ran out of power. I think just something broke on the 60 at the last possible moment, and the worst moment there. Just like the Titans were 1 yard short from winning the Super Bowl, the 60 car is going to be 1 lap short at making it across the checkered flag, potentially for a top 20 finish, and he's going to finish way down the order because of that, and that's surely not going to reflect the talents that Sanders had today. Showcased that raw potential in Napa, and well, showed it in Hardee's, but again, a tough break for him. But in terms of the winner, congratulations to Bradley Bishop Jr. on the win here in Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Thank you all for listening in and watching the action unravel. And for AFRT, a big confidence booster and a big win for them. With Jeffrey White stumbles, everybody profits and is able to pounce. But for other contenders, not so lucky, but for others and a grand majority, this is huge. Thank you all. We'll look at the rest of the race results, and as always, we'll see you next time.